So went to a pre-release over the weekend, and it was draft format, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with draft. Well, rephrase that. Draft is an okay format, but I don't truly know how it works for Digimon. It felt very weird. And obviously the issue is that, you open your first pack, look in there, and you basically go, do I have anything good? Alright, I don't have any super rares. Okay, what do I do? I guess I'll get my rares, So my first, 3 packs, so essentially the first pack everyone hadn't passed around, I grabbed 2 Tamers, I grabbed my Metal, Greymon. And then I think it was just, trying to build something from there. I got the Marine Devimons, I thought, what, cheap. Ultimate cost, fantastic. And then I was like, what I can try and do? I can try maybe build, a black deck. Because it should have been quite easy to get hold of. Trying to grab as many babies as possibly. I think I changed the camera angle at some point during this because I think it was just a bit too close. The whole drafting session was 45 minutes long. I think it's just because it was 6 packs and people are obviously trying to pick. There we go. Yeah, it was 6 packs and the people are trying to go for everything, trying to figure out what they want, what they need. Yeah, the only thing I pulled during this process was literally the Tactimon. I had a really bad opening for myself. Everyone on my table pulled Omnimons or Omnimon antibodies. I think the table next to me, because there was a bigger table next to me, they pulled 3. One person pulled 2 of the antibodies. One person pulled 2 defeats. And yeah, it was such a weird box openings because they were just such random numbers. But yeah, these have been pretty good. Yeah, I just thought if we can do a black purple thing, with deletion effects, then gain it more power. I thought that might have been a way to go. But yeah, it was very difficult. Obviously, draft format is a bit different because you can use all colours if everything is essentially evolving from rainbows. Obviously, effects have to trigger with names of cards and stuff if that's what's going on. Now, luckily, you can use other things. I think if it's got a Greymon in its name or something, you can get the an added effect of the other Greymons. So it is cheeky because obviously you can have those underneath the black Greymon, and yeah, he can just punch through things. He's very good. It's very effective. Very, very scary. But I didn't really get any powerhouses. I didn't really get any fantastic low level cards. I didn't really get any good high level cards. The only thing my deck was really good is just constantly searching and milling itself just to try and get things out. I say milling in this game. It's not really milling. It's essentially just reshuffling the deck because we have a shuffle function currently. So I ended up going with kind of this Keramon find other thing build. I had 2 Mechanorimons towards the end just so that way I'd have a good blocker on the field. It's obviously very good. It blocks a rookie or a low DP champion. It defeats it and then it gets to unsuspend again. It's pretty good. It's pretty good against early rushdowns. It's also only a 4 cost. It does have the disadvantage that it can never attack. But to be honest, you don't ever want it to attack. You can evolve it into something else later game if you just want to be able to rush something down yourself. As this expansion basically brought out a load of very cheap ultimates. Gaining memory in this deck actually wasn't too bad. So I had the Izzy and Mimi. So that went down very early on in most of my games, and a lot of people were scared to attack early on because they were worried about giving me memory advantage. We had 2 of the Atarius in here at some point, so that was really good. Nearly half the deck is unidentified, so I'd put something in the trash very early on, and then I'd always gain a memory per turn. Having 2 of those, averagely earning 4 memory per turn is pretty good. The biggest issue I had is I had the really janky cards as well. Because by the time it gets round to you, especially if you're number 4 of a certain pack, it's just really bad. I did have a lot of the babies though towards the end. I think I did have a playset. I think I did have a actual 5 nursery of babies, so that did help out in that circumstances. But yeah, I didn't record any of the gameplay just because I didn't think it was very fair on other people. I find it very rude to have to ask someone, hey, look, maybe you don't want to be on camera, maybe you don't want to know what's going on, maybe you don't want to record it. It's okay if there's other people they record and they're like, hey, look, I'm a YouTuber, you're a YouTuber, or I'm a Twitch stream, whatever. Do you want to record things together? Yeah, it's cool. Make collaboration. But when you go into a local event, especially when I don't technically have a locals, and I've travelled back home essentially to do this. It was a long day already. I think it was about 5:15. Got on the train with a little leash earlier. Got here at 1. The event didn't start till gone 2. Then it was 45 minutes of this. Yeah, by the time I get there, I'm tired. It's 9 hours already. It was a long day before this even started. Good day though, just long. But yeah, it was just trying to find things I could do. Try to play some champions because obviously some things are affect champions, some things don't affect champions, so you can always get away with that. having like 4K, a free cost 4K body is pretty good. It makes, I believe, Spiral Masquerade have to hit twice. Yeah, I think I got further and further along into this and just realised like there's nothing I could do at all. There was like no real plan to my action. And it was essentially just like, let's just go through cards, let's just see what else we can try and pull out of here. The fact that I didn't pull anything else other than Tactimon was pretty bad. Tactimon was useful in literally one game for all of literally a turn, where you got onto the field, punched over a Chaos Gallopon, and then following turn instantly died. Can't remember what to though. Oh, I think I hit like Security Sign, it killed me. Best card I think for this meta that people kind of like ignore is the Ground Shaker. Ground Shaker is fantastic. Destroying a unsuspended 4 and 5. Definitely very good. But no, there was a big issue in this deck. I didn't really know what to do with it. I didn't really know what to go with it. I think I wanted to play like blue-purple originally, or like blue-black originally, and then I just realised that like I wasn't getting the cards I wanted. I wanted to do Diaborimon at one point, and then realised that I couldn't, and then about, I think like pack 4 or pack 5 opened, and the guy diagonally from me went, "Oh, I'm building Diaborimon. Am I building Diaboromons?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to." And he's like, "Oh, have you got any such and suches?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" It's like, "I can't find it." It's like, "Ah, so you've got all the Diaboromons, but like no base forms." And I've got all the base forms and no Diaboromons. So that was a painful one. Although Infermon does have the ability that when it gets deleted, it does make it a token. Because it's pretty good. Armageddon would have been really... If I could have opened Armageddon and had a token, it would have been a fantastic game, I think. But no, there's not much I could do with... do what I pulled from my own packs, let alone the other stuff. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to go like 2 demonic disasters, and I forgot to put the Earthshaker in. So like my first 2 games were just like I got like no removal, and then yeah, it was just downhill from there in the first game. Second game, I played against someone. First match was really good. It was like a 30-minute match. It was like very back and forwards, just slow chipping away, trying to like clear each other's boards. Very good. Second game was a little bit quicker because we were getting lower on time, and then my little one turned up with my mother, and I went to go because we were getting bored. I can understand. So I said to him, well, I'm just in the middle of this game. When the fish will come out. And then I think we finished with like 10, 15 minutes left on the clock. But we was in the corner. I just couldn't get out of the corner, so I had to wait for everyone else to finish. Then after that, everyone got out. Escaped. Spoke to Mr. Griffin for a while. Got a nice case. You guys are looking forward to the next part of the series. So for those of you who don't know, we are opening a box per week now. Just to sort of boost up our decks. I want to try and get them into a position where they are more meta competitive, because I think a lot of people don't like the series because it's like essentially homebrewed decks that don't do a lot and they're only fighting each other. It's very hard to fight, like actually want to fight people who actually like got meta decks versus decks that obviously don't really fight back. I think that's even more boring, to be honest. I do agree with some people that said, like, you know, this is probably a series you should have done like 5-10 years if things were still going, so you can obviously look back on it. But it's like, yeah, you try and get things like 5-10 years ago if they don't get reprints, and to be honest, they're not getting reprints. So, there we go. But we look forward to seeing you guys again for another episode of this, or maybe another episode of the Sealed Omni series. So see you guys soon. We love you all. Peace out. Goodbye. Thank you for being here.